Preacher's Diary, what's going on, you guys? What's going on today? Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everyone is having a great week. So far, it is Tuesday, wonderful Tuesday. And I want to just come on to share um, on today that the word disappointment. A lot of times people don't realize that disappointment goes two ways. Disappointment is what I would call a two-way street. As ministers of the gospel and going through our tests and our trials, going through our situations, and with my recent um, test and trial that I had to go through. My recent test, thank God that I've passed the test. Passing the test is a everyday thing that just go through as a minister, as an anointed person of God. But through my recent test, I realized that disappointment is, like I said again, a two-way street. A lot of people will say, well, you're a minister of the gospel, you're a preacher. I was disappointed. I was let down. You wasn't who I thought you were. Different situations like that. I'm going to tell my testimony as we continue to go on through this, throughout the diary, as I continue to, journalize and vlog about, what, my journey, how my journey led to up to this point of the preacher's diary. And just to be truthful and be honest with people that, this is not all about lights and glamour and glitz and gold. It's not that, it ain't that serious, trust me. But disappointment. Oh yeah, I'm disappointed because you're the man of God, preacher. I trusted you. I believe in you. Believe in the God in you. Believe in, and that's all fine. I understand all of that. But when it comes down to someone going through a test or a trial, at that time, I was disappointed. I was disappointed. I was let down by the people who say they love God, the people who say that they're their brother's keeper, the people who say, "Man, God, I'm praying for you. I don't need you just to pray for me." When I'm doing good for you, I need you to pray for me when I'm not doing good for you. Get what I'm saying? Meaning that just because I can't pray for you right now, just because I'm going through my own test and trial, just because I'm going through my own situation, I need you to pray for me. Now I need the prayers of the righteous. Now I need the prayers of my brothers and my sisters. Now I need the ones to come, encourage me, speak to me, talk to me, say something to me. Don't shun me. But that's what happened. I was shunned. I was pushed back. I was called everything but a child of God. I was false prophet. I was this. I was that. Oh, I told you so. Oh, this and that. My wife got ridiculed and beat down. I know there was no, one to turn around and just try to encourage. You know what I'm saying? And the call me, text me. Man, I have encouraged people. I have called people. I have text people. I have inbox people who they go through situations that people didn't even know about. Hello, private stuff. And I would call and be an encouragement to them because we are not supposed to judge. We're not supposed to look down. We're not supposed to look over that person and say, well, that's them. Oh, that's a situation. Oh, I can't be associated with that. That's not true. Why is that not true? Because again, I'm your brother. I'm the man of God. I'm a brother now. And take off man of God. Take off preacher. Take off pastor. Take off prophet. Take off all those things. And you have to realize that this is the time where we're supposed to come together and pray. The time we're supposed to come together and say, man of God, I'm fasting for you. Because there are times where people they go through their situation, go through their tests, go through their trials, and disappointment, now, again, is a two-way street. I disappointed you, you disappointed me. First of all, you have to make sure that you get the story. You have to, as we go through, I'll tell more of my testimony. And let me tell you now that what happened was not what happened. Okay, just be honest. What happened was not what happened. It was a setup, but I know it was a setup by God. So I had to go through the humiliation. I had to go through the beatdown. I had to go through the talking about. I had to go through all that. Just like Job. Job went through all that, but he had just a few friends who he could depend on, who could count on, and they sat with him while he was going through. They sat there. They labored with him because they had labored with him. They knew that this must be there's something is going wrong in his life. So let me go and sit with him, be with him. Then after a while, they couldn't understand it was a test from God. So therefore they turned their back on Job, and in return had to apologize later on because it was all God. Come on, somebody. You have to understand that when a person is going through a test, and when they're going through the worst of the worst, don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to think you got. Don't be so quick to listen, amen, to the report. I don't care what the government, the system, the state, the police, I don't care what they say. They lie as well. They lie every day. They lie. Let me tell you this, okay? I don't care how decorated of officers they are, how decorated of a congressman they are, how decorated of a person or people, places or things are, they all lie. Amen. You have to make sure that you be careful not to disappoint your man of God, not to disappoint your preacher, not to disappoint the people of God, because that's where the church is thinning out because it's so much disappointment. We can't even go through a test or a trial without being ridiculed, without being pushed aside, ostracized, without being put in a state of, oh, I'm alone. And that's where I was. I was alone. I was by myself. And I said, God, what do I do? Where do I go from here? How do I walk around and go to church and have to walk around in stores and everything and live life around people who disappointed me? Come on, somebody. I'm one person, amen. But then you have a whole town, a whole city, a whole place, and how in the world am I supposed to go on? And he just simply told me, stand. You have to stand. You have to stand because this is your test. This is your trial. I'm taking you through this. So just because you were disappointed and they were disappointed because of what they think they know, you cannot run and hide. You have to just stand and stay there and allow me, amen, to work everything out in its own time. And I said, okay, God. But again, disappointment is a two-way street. Preachers, ministers, preachers, pastors, anointed vessels of God. I understand your pain. I understand when you go through. I understand that how you can suffer alone. Suffering alone, it does not feel good. It is a horrible feeling to suffer alone. But again, we have to suffer alone sometime because God in that he's doing the stripping, he's doing the remaking, he's doing the remolding, he's doing the breaking. Everybody ain't gonna believe your story. Everybody ain't gonna believe what your truth is. So you cannot make everybody come on your side. Their minds already made up. And when folks want to see you downgraded or they want to see you fail at something, they gonna take it and run with it anyway because it's just a perfect opportunity for them to use that against you. And that's what happened in my situation. It was a perfect opportunity to be ripped, to be stripped, to be taken down, to be downgraded, to be demoted in my calling. But yet I stood. Amen. So again, I want to let everyone know that just because you're disappointed, you preachers, we're not perfect. Promise you that we're not perfect. And yes, we make mistakes and we do wrong. But even in the midst of that, we have to understand we have to be gracious to people. We have to be gracious to the body. That will cause folks to want to be saved and delivered and set free. Had not I been a strong Christian, had not I been truly called and anointed, had not I knew that this was a test from God, I would have ran from the church and never came back. Amen. So we got to make sure, even though you're disappointed in me, disappointed in someone else, you had your faith all in them. And first of all, that's another mistake we make. Don't put all your trust in man in the first place. Put your trust in God that you can see past what you think is a bad thing and see what God's really doing in their life. Amen. All right, Preacher Zari, I'm out. Disappointment is a two-way street. Be your brothers and sisters keeper. God bless.